There's so many ways to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready.
Hey cuties, and welcome back to another CC haul. Today I have 115 new CC items for both your male and your female Sims for you. As always, you can find links to everything in the description down below, and I also make sure to link you to a playlist full of my previous CC hauls if you're still in need of more CC after today's video. And also, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Cora. I do CC related videos every single week, so if that's something you're interested in, make sure to subscribe to the channel to not miss out on any of my future videos. But without any further ado, let's get straight into today's video. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you have some nice plans for the weekend, or you're having a nice week whenever you're watching this video. We have so many cute CC items here today. I'm specifically excited for the swimsuits. There's just some really cute ones, which I guess makes sense in summer. There's a lot of CC creators who come out with swimsuit collections, and usually I'm kind of like, okay, seen all of this before, but just because I feel like the quality of CC has increased so much, specifically with like certain creators, that now they come out with swimsuits and I'm like, oh my god, they're like gorgeous. It's just perfection. All the like the lighting and the little details, it's just all looks so cute, and I'm very excited to be sharing those. Otherwise, I am very excited to have a bit of a calmer weekend. Had a bit of a busy week, and the weather here is all over the place. Like, I had to go to a few appointments this week and it was literally just raining. I got out from one appointment and I forgot to take an umbrella even though I knew it was gonna rain, and I was like, oh shoot, and literally the second I stepped outside, I walked for a few meters and then it just started pouring it down so hard. But there's nowhere to get in cover. I was literally just out on the street, and usually like by houses, at least you could go into like the little entrance and there's a bit of an overhang usually for our houses, so you can just stand by the door and be dry. But there was no house like that for a few meters, and there's just this little, I don't know, there's like a little pathway go into a door, and it was not like an apartment door, so I don't know where it led to. It looked kind of like a shed or something, which was very weird. And there's just like the tiniest little bushes that made a bit of like a, I don't know, like a door thing. I don't know what you call that. They just like connected on top, so there was a bit of an archway maybe made of that plant. So I just stood under there, and it did not keep me dry, but it also kept me drier than if in that moment I would have decided to run to the next door to find cover there. But it was just like, I stood there and I felt so miserable for myself. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe the second I leave it starts pouring down this much. And usually there's like so many places where you can just wait and stay dry until at least the biggest rain is over, because I feel like usually it just pours it down for a few minutes and then it just becomes like a bit of a drizzle, maybe even rain. But it was literally pouring it down so much. It was like coming out of buckets or something. It was crazy. And yeah, the minute I got home, I was literally just drenched. My socks were wet. There was water in my shoes. It was just not great. But it is what it is. Luckily, I think I only had to walk home for like 10 minutes or something, so it wasn't too bad. But that is what the summer here was like, which, hear me out, I'm not complaining. Like I said, summer is not my favorite season, so it's fine. I'm just a bit pressed about it being humid all the time. The other day I went out and it said it's gonna be 20 degrees, feels like 18, and I felt like it was so hot just because it felt so humid, and then you start feeling super clammy and it's just gross. Like, you can't not wear like a little jacket or cardigan or whatever, because then you get too cold, but wearing it also makes you feel very gross because everything's clammy. I don't know, I just don't understand how to dress in weather like that. I guess maybe like a blouse or something so you don't have to touch your own skin. I don't know, I'm at a loss. It was just too warm. Too warm but too cold at the same time. But anyways, I also have been super obsessed. I think I talked about this either in I've talked about this a few times, but there's a game that came out that's called Grimshire, and I played the demo of it a while ago. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, to be honest. Like, I saw the pictures on Steam and I was like, don't know if this will be for me, just because of the art style. Like, there's nothing wrong with the art style, but for me it just reminds me of, I don't even know, it just reminds me of like a bit of like an amateur like video game, and I don't know why that is, because it looks beautiful. Like, I don't know. To me, I think it's not the drawings themselves. I think it's like the UI, like how the inventory looks and everything. It's not as polished as I guess a lot of other games these days are. My memory's so bad. Like, I literally played it a few hours ago and I can't remember, or yesterday, I can't remember if it's pixelated or just drawn. I don't know. I literally couldn't tell you. I feel like it's just hand drawn. Who knows? But yes, it doesn't, like, the UI just doesn't look as polished as I guess a lot of games, even if they're pixelated, are. And I bet that's just like a style choice. But for some reason in my brain, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. But the game is pretty much kind of like a farming sim, but it's not your average farming sim. And I think it's not gonna be for everyone, because it's definitely got like a bit of a darker theme, first of all. And second of all, I feel like it's a lot harder than other games. So the premise is just that you are an animal. You can pick either a bunny, a fox, or a bear, if I remember correctly. And you just crash at this island. I don't know, I think you're on a boat and I don't know if you're just at the beach. Who knows? I forgot the start of the story. But you just kind of wash up on the shore is my point. And they don't know who you are, but then you just get this plot of land and start farming there. And then you find out something about the world, which I'm not going to get into in case someone wants to play it and is interested in the story. But it just comes down to you having to feed this island full of animals. And there's like animals that are carnivores and herbivores, and I think there's also omnivores. I don't know, but there's like a certain amount of food that you need to put in the cellar each week. But then the story progresses and the food that you need to put in gets more because of certain things that happen in the story. And it's just like, you just feel good because you like hit that mark of like, oh, I got X amount of food ready, I did it. And sometimes you barely even just scrape by and you're like, oh my god, this was like a last minute thing that I actually got all of this food by the end of the week. And then something happens, you're like, how am I supposed to get like even more than this next week? But you make do. I mean, you obviously learn new things and stuff, but it got me hooked because I feel like the stakes are high compared to other games like Stardew Valley. It doesn't matter. Like, I mean, the worst thing that can happen is that you don't earn money. And that's that. Like, I love Stardew Valley, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I was just kind of craving something like that where it's a bit of a challenge and there's like a harder mode, because so far I've managed to just do it, but it definitely feels like a struggle. It feels like, oh my god, okay, I need to like focus on this now and I can't go to the mines or do this right now, and now I have like another task by this person, and how am I gonna get the stuff for her whilst also having to collect all of this food? And it's a struggle, and I love that. I've always said that about The Sims as well. That's why I love previous games. I love starting with a sim and no money. Like, I love the struggle and like working your way up. It just feels like such a big accomplishment. And I saw that there is, like I said, a harder setting. So I think there's like 3 different difficulty settings, and maybe I'll try that out too and see how it goes, because why not? It just seems like that struggle could be something that keeps me in the loop for a long time and like playing for a long time. And the game came out in early access, so there's like a lot of things that they will still add to the game. So maybe I'll just play the first year or something in the normal difficulty mode and then see where that leads me. But with that said, the video is coming to an end real soon here. I hope you enjoyed all of the CC, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!